Political tensions, legal battles, and policy shifts dominated headlines across the United States, as lawmakers grappled with funding disputes, immigration rulings, and national security concerns, while new research highlighted the global economic cost of climate change. U.S. President Donald Trump said Iran was negotiating with his administration but was afraid to say it, speaking at a National Republican Congressional Committee fundraising dinner in Washington. Trump claimed Iranian leaders feared backlash from their own public as well as possible U.S. action.
I tell you, we're winning so big, nobody's ever seen anything like we're doing in the Middle East with Iran. And they are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us. There's never been a head of a country that wanted that job less than being the head of Iran.
Meanwhile, Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Araqi said Tehran was reviewing a U.S. proposal to end the Gulf War but had no intention of entering formal talks at this stage, signaling conditional openness to negotiations despite publicly rejecting direct engagement.
مذاکره هم تا الان انجام نشد. من با ضرس قاطع عرض میکنم هیچ مذاکره و گفتگویی با طرف آمریکایی نبود. البته چند روز هست که طرف آمریکایی شروع کرده به ارسال پیام‌های مختلف از طریق واسطه‌های مختلف. اینکه پیام‌هایی از طریق کشورهای دوست ما داده بشه و ما هم در جواب مواضع خودمون رو اعلام بکنیم یا هشدارهای لازم رو بدیم، این نه اسمش مذاکره است، نه اسمش گفتگو، نه هیچ. تبادل پیام هست به واسطه دوستانم. ایده هایی هم مطرح کردن. حالا بعد دیدم که در یک دو جا اسمش رو گذاشتن مثلا 15 ماده یا از این حرفا. اینها رو در قالب ایده های مختلفی رو مطرح می‌کردن که همه اینها به مقامات عالی کشور منتقل شده و اگر که لازم باشه که موضعی گرفته بشه قطعاً تشخیص داده خواهد شد. در حال حاضر سیاست ما ادامه مقاومت هست، ادامه دفاع از کشور هست. بنای مذاکره نداریم. تا الان هیچ مذاکره هم صورت نگرفت.
The acting head of the Transportation Security Administration warned lawmakers of a looming perfect storm caused by staffing shortages and repeated government shutdowns. Speaking before the House Homeland Security Committee, Nguyen McNeil said the agency has been shut down for half of the fiscal year, with employees set to miss nearly $1 billion in paychecks by Friday. Prosecutors examined whether former President Donald Trump disclosed a classified map aboard an aircraft after leaving office. The allegation adds to earlier claims that Trump displayed sensitive material to individuals at his Bedminster Club in New Jersey. Iran rejected a US-backed ceasefire proposal and submitted its own framework, though the White House said negotiations remained ongoing and productive, signaling continued diplomatic engagement despite differences between the two sides.
قدرت راهبردی که از آن دم می‌زدید تبدیل به شکست راهبردی شده. مدعی ابرقدرتی دنیا اگر می‌توانست از این مخمصه رها شود تا حالا شده بود. اسم شکستتان را توافق نگذارید. دوران وعده‌هایتان به سر رسیده. امروز در جهان دو جبهه وجود دارد، حق و باطل، و هر حق طلب آزاده‌ای تحت تأثیر امواج رسانه‌ای شما اغوا نمی‌شود. سطح خود درگیری‌هایتان به مرحله مذاکره خودتان با خودتان رسیده؟ نه خبری از سرمایه‌گذاری‌هایتان در منطقه خواهد بود و نه قیمت سابق انرژی و نفت را خواهید دید تا وقتی که بفهمید ثبات در منطقه توسط دست قدرتمند نیروهای مسلح ما تضمین می‌شود. ثبات از طریق قدرت. صراحتاً اعلام می‌کنیم تا موعدی که اراده ما نباشد هیچ وضعیتی به روال سابق بر نمی‌گردد. این اراده زمانی ایجاد می‌شود که به طور کامل فکر اقدام علیه ملت ایران از اذهان کثیف شما پاک شود. حرف اول و آخر ما از همان روز نخست این بوده، هست و خواهد بود. کسی همچون ما با کسی مثل شما کنار نخواهد آمد، نه حالا و نه هیچ وقت دیگری.
A political standoff continued in Washington after Senate Democrats blocked a Republican proposal to restore Department of Homeland Security funding. The legislation excluded immigration reforms sought by Democrats, prolonging the shutdown dispute. Texas Democratic lawmaker James Tolorico said he forgave a pastor linked to Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth after the cleric prayed for his death, responding with a message of reconciliation amid escalating political rhetoric. The U.S. Army raised its enlistment age limit to 42 and removed certain marijuana-related restrictions in an effort to widen recruitment as the military faces ongoing personnel shortages. A federal judge ruled that the deportation of a DACA recipient to Mexico violated legal protections and ordered the Trump administration to facilitate her return to the United States. New research found that U.S. carbon emissions over the past 3 decades have caused an estimated $10 trillion in global economic damage, with a significant portion of the impact affecting the United States itself. From immigration disputes and defense policy changes to climate accountability and diplomatic negotiations, the developments underscore a period of heightened political and institutional strain shaping the United States' domestic and global agenda.